play video games, stream movies, maybe cook out. Her girlfriends sometimes came here, too, even though we couldn't provide them with a decent internet connection, and the joys of bird watching, picking wild blueberries, and swimming in the nearby water hole only went so far. She should be heading home at any moment. Whereas the scream unsettled us before, now it was the throbbing quiet. At 8:30 this time of year there was still light, if faint and swift fading. Without exchanging a word, Will and I had been married some 2 decades and often intuited each other's thoughts. We hastened down the steps, across the uneven bluestone path, and out to the country road, where we headed in the direction of town. Whether consciously or not, he still brandished his metal composing stick, a classic tool used by centuries of letterpress printers, and one, I expect, rarely if ever used to fend off a possible assailant. We hadn't gone 50 paces before we caught sight of her coming toward us, dully luminescent against the murky backdrop. Not racing on her bicycle, as that shriek, now I knew it had been human, might have led me to expect. She was walking it along with an oddly deliberate, slow, rigid gait, her head tilted forward. When we reached her, I saw the determination set on her tear-streaked face, ashen as pumice in the waning light. My words tumbled over Will's as we stood together in the unpaved road, hugging the girl, stiff with fear, between us.
"Maisie, what happened? Was that you? Are you hurt?"
"Your brother," was all she said in response, her voice reedy and breathless, gripping the handles of her old Schwinn black bomber, which she had spotted at a yard sale several summers before and lovingly restored with her father. Looking over at my husband, I saw that he was as bewildered as I. "You mean Uncle Adam?" I asked as gently as I could, glancing around in the growing darkness, feeling at once alarmed and a little foolish.
"He was just there,"
she insisted, voice tight, and pointed back down the road in the direction she had been coming from. "But, Maisie, my brother's been gone since before you were even born. He's not with us anymore. You know that." She shook her head violently, like a much younger girl.
"He was, though. I know he's dead, but he looked just like in the photos."
"Stay here," Will said, and walked back into the gloaming, beyond where we could see him, less to confirm whether my dead brother was inexplicably, impossibly lurking there, than to convince Maisie that the road was deserted. When he returned to us, striding with a bit of fatherly exaggeration, he assured her, "Nobody's down there, honey. No ghosts, no nothing. Even the birds have gone to bed."
"Please, I want to go inside,"
was all she said in response. Without another word, my hand on Maisie's shoulder, I marched next to her toward the house. Will, wheeling the bicycle on her other side, kept glancing back into the dark, apparently pantomiming his concern, as if to reassure her no one was following. Ahead, the familiar windows of the house were illuminated with an amber glow that on any other evening would have filled me with a sense of peace. Tonight, the long ribbons of shadow and light they cast across the lawn had instead an intimidating noir effect. As my husband leaned the bicycle against the porch rail, Maisie retrieved something from the basket. It wasn't until we were up the steps and into the entrance hall, with the door closed behind us, that she spoke again, her dark eyes averted. Choking back tears, she managed,
"He said to give this to you,"
and held out a thin, rectangular package wrapped in butcher's paper and tied with bakery twine. Will scowled as he took the package from her hands.
"Who said?"
he asked, before slipping it into the wide front pocket of his apron. Now, in the warm light of the hallway, it was plain that